He only wanted a place to sleep, but the alien girls had bigger plans for the only man in town. The desert town of Verris Hollow had been silent for years, ever since the evacuation. Wind carried dust through hollow doorways, whispering against forgotten windows. When Evan Marlowe trudged into it, dragging his broken boots and a bag full of rations, he thought he'd finally found peace. All he wanted was somewhere quiet to rest. He had been walking for days since his rover broke down in the dunes. The last transmission he'd heard was from Central Command, warning all survivors to avoid Sector 12, uninhabitable after the fall. Yet here it was, lights faintly flickering from a small building on the edge of town. Evan frowned. That's impossible. Scene 1, the empty town. He pushed open the rusted door of what once looked like a diner. The smell of ozone filled the air, faint and sharp. Everything inside seemed clean. Too clean for a dead town. Then, a voice from behind startled him. "You shouldn't be here, human." Evan spun around, hand instinctively reaching for the sidearm holstered at his thigh. A figure stepped out of the shadows. She wasn't human, at least not entirely. Her skin shimmered faintly with silver hues, her eyes reflecting soft bioluminescent blue. She looked young, cautious, but there was strength in her stance. "I just need a place to sleep," Evan said slowly. "I didn't mean to intrude." More movement behind her. 2 others appeared. Women, tall and alien like the first, each different in color and posture. One had amethyst-tinted skin and sharp, feline-like pupils. The other's hair moved like threads of liquid mercury. They exchanged glances. The first one, the silver-skinned leader, spoke again. "You're the first man we've seen in years." Scene 2, the hidden settlement. They took him underground, beneath the diner through a hatch disguised beneath the counter. Evan followed, his exhaustion fading beneath curiosity. The tunnel led to a vast underground habitat, a dome lit by soft, artificial sunlight. Alien plants glowed faintly. Dozens of women worked and talked, all of the same otherworldly race. When Evan entered, the entire place went silent. Every pair of luminous eyes turned toward him. "This is impossible," he murmured. "You're all alive." The silver-skinned leader nodded. "We survived the collapse by sealing ourselves here. I am Lyra, head of the Ketheri colony." Evan blinked, remembering faint reports. Scientists once tried hybrid colonization programs before the fall. The Ketheri were supposed to be extinct after the wars. "Why are you here, human?" Lyra asked. "I was passing through. My rover's dead. Just need somewhere to rest and I'll be gone by morning." Lyra studied him, then smiled faintly. "I don't think that will be possible." Scene 3, the proposal. They gave him food, warmth, and a place to sleep in a circular chamber surrounded by smooth white walls that pulsed with energy. But when he woke, Lyra and the others were waiting. Lyra stepped forward. "You said you only wanted rest. But fate doesn't bring a man to a town of women for no reason." Evan frowned. "What are you talking about?" The amethyst-skinned one, Saren, crossed her arms. "Our colony is dying. We've tried every method to keep our genetic lines stable, but without male DNA, we're fading." He stared at them in disbelief. "You want me to?" Lyra cut him off, her tone calm but firm. "Not what you think. We need your help to restart the bioengine that once sustained hybrid life. It responds to both human and Ketheri neural patterns. Without a human link, we can't activate it." Evan exhaled slowly. "So, you don't need me. You need my brain." "Your connection," Lyra corrected softly. But to link with it, you'll need to share part of yourself. Memories, emotions, everything that makes you you. The bond will be intimate. Scene 4, The Link. They led him into a chamber filled with transparent tubes and a humming orb at its center. Lyra guided him to stand before it. Once the link begins, she said, you must not resist. It may feel like drowning. Evan nodded, jaw tight. Let's get it over with. When she pressed her hand to his chest, warmth spread through him. The orb lit up, connecting threads of light between them all. He gasped as images rushed through his mind. Ketheri memories, their centuries of isolation, their silent hope. Lyra's voice echoed in his thoughts. You see us now. You understand. He saw her pain, their struggles, the births that never came. In return, they saw his memories of earth, laughter, rain, and the scent of home. The orb pulsed violently, and then exploded with light. Scene 5, The Rebirth. When Evan awoke, the dome above him shimmered with golden warmth. The colony buzzed with new life. The plants glowed brighter, energy fields stabilized, and the air felt alive. You did it, Lyra whispered beside him. You restored the core. The link worked. Evan smiled weakly. Guess I wasn't just passing through after all. But when he tried to stand, she caught his arm gently. There's more, she said. The link, it bound you to us. The biocore accepted you as part of the colony. You're not just a guest anymore, Evan. You're one of us. Saren stepped forward, a rare smile curving her lips. And maybe, the beginning of something new. He looked around, at the faces filled with hope, at the light returning to the once dead town. Maybe he had been running for too long. Maybe, after all this time, he'd finally found where he belonged. Lyra took his hand. Rest now. Tomorrow we rebuild the world together. And as Evan closed his eyes beneath the glow of the renewed dome, he realized he hadn't just found a place to sleep. He'd found a reason to stay. Evan woke to the soft hum of the newly revived dome. The air was warm now, alive, with light filtering through crystalline panels that hadn't glowed in years. The Ketheri women moved gracefully through the habitat, laughter echoing off the curved walls. Life had returned to Verris Hollow. Lyra stood nearby, watching him stir. Her silver skin caught the light like starlight on water. You've been asleep for 2 days, she said softly. Your body needed time to adapt. Adapt, Evan murmured, sitting up. His veins pulsed faintly with a golden shimmer beneath his skin. What happened to me? The biocore bonded with you, Lyra explained. It saw your will to survive, your memories, your emotions, and made you part of its design. You're not just linked to the system. You are part of it now. Evan looked down at his hands, feeling energy thrum beneath his fingertips. So I'm one of you. Lyra smiled gently. Not Ketheri. Not human. Something new. Something born of both. He looked around at the women, all watching him with quiet reverence. In their eyes he saw hope for their people, for a future that once seemed impossible. Saren approached, offering him a glass of luminous blue liquid. You said you only wanted a place to rest, she teased. Looks like you found a purpose instead. Evan chuckled softly, sipping the strange drink. Yeah. Maybe it's time I stop running. Lyra took his hand, her fingers cool and strong. Then stay, she whispered. Help us build what comes next. A world where human and Ketheri live again. Evan glanced up at the glowing dome, feeling its pulse match his heartbeat. For the first time in years he felt truly awake. Home at last.